What is the debate right now? Oh, you said our houses aren't made out of... Yeah, well, we have something that you don't called insulation, you fucking idiot. Okay? You know how you guys are all dying and you guys had like 100,000 people die last summer? It's because we use wood. And we have the hottest places that without air conditioning or wooden houses, we wouldn't be able to live in. Talk shit on our wooden houses. You live in a brick oven. Outside Scots is Celtic and I don't know the difference. I always thought Celtics were that. Jam jar is about to end. Thank you for the raid. Welcome everybody. We're having a British versus American houses debate. We're winning in America. If you want to know where we're at in said debate, that's where we're at. Where the fuck did this thing go? Did it float? Oh my god, it died in the river and fucking flowed down, didn't it? Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for the raid, dude. I hope you had a good stream. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. All right. I would like to say, for those wondering, if you think I'm some horse killer, I was on a different character. This character doesn't kill horses. I really did shoot it thinking it was a horse. Yeah, but you said this is a British home, and I said we don't have wood homes. You illiterate? Yeah, but you insulted us. You called us peasants. He says, nah, British houses aren't made of wood like you peasants. So that's what made me fucking snap you with the realization of we don't live in fucking ovens. Because you guys build houses out of fucking brick in the UK and many, many parts of Europe. And we don't. Because if we had a brick house... Okay, so your little heat wave was like, what, 70 degrees? If we had a brick house with no insulation where I lived, because there wasn't air conditioning, it was pretty much what you have, which is like the window air conditioning, called a swamp cooler that uses water to cool the room. If that brick house was built where I lived, it is fucking terrible. You have to remember, it got 54 Celsius where I lived. No, Neural, they do need it because 100,000 people died last summer during the heat wave. They definitely need it. It's because their houses are brick. So it's not really the humidity that's doing it. It's the fact that on the outside it's like 70 degrees, but inside it gets to like 90 degrees, 100 degrees. Okay, Violet, you live in a terrible part of America, though. I couldn't deal with negative anything. It was 22 degrees, and I was freezing my fucking ass off. I also am a pussy to humidity. I can't do humidity whatsoever. I also do think, well, maybe if you're gonna attack British homes, get the material right, numpty. You called them brick houses, didn't you? Didn't you say brick? Oldest brick building in the UK is from 1190. You want me to pull out your chat? Is that what you want me to do? Do you want me to show you the messages I'm reacting to? You know what? I'll show you a really good video. You want to see a perfect video to describe this? I sent it to you, and I said, you're a bitch and British, which, oxymoron, it means the same thing. We're going to have a little lesson. Because this motherfucker tells it right. I guess we're sleeping on the floor in the living room. Let me go ahead and do that. Was it before or after I got my leg? Perfect. Here we go. Buckle in, everybody. Gonna trip over him. That's you, Wicked. Why he goes over the ad. Here's a link to the video. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Well, yeah, but this is how he gets his paid. So if we're going to watch his video on our stream, we should at least get him his money. Right, this video, so Wicked don't feel attacked. This video is to, like, because I guess it's like left-wing or right-wing politics to have or not have an AC in your country. And it's not, he's not talking shit on the UK, he's talking shit on Europe, because he'll go over the stats. But this is how I know all the information that I was talking shit on tonight. You are one of the British people that do have an AC, so this isn't to you. That's Wicked. Facts. Honestly, to be honest, I really don't give a shit. Never taught about Celsius. I mean, you could learn it yourself. It is the best way to do it is what the Canadian dude said. Times 2 add 32. Hey, Overclock, are you talking about alcohol or water? Because he said water. I think alcohol does freeze, though, at a certain thing. Yeah, I know your window's open outward. Or wait, what? Once you need it, you guys also don't have screens on your windows. Is another thing I found out about. When a bunch of British people came over for the World Cup and were like, "Oh my God, America isn't just shooting each other 24/7. Our media has been lying to you." I wanted to ask these fucking idiots if they just thought we were just constantly in a fucking war zone, shooting at each other every day. Because the reactions of some of these people were like, I was able to go out past 9 p.m. last night and I didn't hear a single gunshot. And then like somebody in the comments was like, what have you been hearing? And she like literally said that like people die every day from gun violence and shit like that. He goes over in this video, but more people died in your thing than they have no idea what hot is. 86 is a good day in Arizona. Yeah, I lived in Death Valley. I get to like 120, 130. And there was like 3 weeks where our AC did go. Well, it's not an AC. It's not a central AC unit. It's swamp cooler. Where our swamp cooler was broken for like 2 to 3 weeks, and it was like 140 degrees in our house. Swamp cooler is kind of. It's not a central air conditioner. It's more like a. It's like a giant window cooler, almost. But it does go throughout the entire house. It's just you have to add water and shit to it. You have to like take care of it. It'll help with a little bit, but it's not good. Like our house, inside our house, when it was 125 and shit like that, would get about 100 degrees, which felt great compared to outside. But if you have that with the fan, it's all right, because then it makes it feel like it's only 90 degrees. But that's where I moved from to here. And here it's just to show you the town closest, right? So it's 72 where I live. But if we go to Ridgecrest, oh, I guess it's 87, but I'll just show you. So I still live in the desert, and it's getting like 94, 90. But this is where I did live, so 107, 104. But we're having like a really cool summer. Next month is when it gets fucked. September is kind of the worst here for us. Well, July, August is usually a lot worse. Last year during this time, it's when I posted a picture of it when it was 131, and it was like 2.5 weeks straight, where it was 125 to 130. Here it feels fine. It's 72. And real temperature for you right now, or for me right now, it's about like 38 Celsius, I assume. Yeah, guys, I lived in the hottest place in America. Google the hottest place in America. That's where I lived. I lived in Death Valley. And yes, I've been to Nevada several times. The one thing that you guys have that we don't is, well, in Death Valley, is at night it would get down to like 90. In Nevada, it's still like 100 degrees at fucking 5 a.m. So that's the difference, I think, with Nevada and here. We at least have cooler nights than you guys do. Yeah, I will say this. We would get, and again, it's in my Discord. But we would get flyers on our doors that that we need to be careful because if someone is stuck in the valley, helicopters can't get to them during certain days of the week because it's too hot for the air rescue helicopters to fly. Mixed with the airflow and shit too, but the fact that it was the heat. Oh, dry heat, dude. I'm a pussy. I can't. I can live in Death Valley year round and I'll deal with fucking a swamp cooler. I cannot live in Florida or humidity. I can't do it, dude. I'm a pussy when it comes to it. I am a fucking. I hate. I feel. I want to rip my fucking skin off in humidity. I can't do it. I can't. I'm such a bitch when it comes to it. I don't know how white collar people live in Florida. Like, I really don't get it. I mean, obviously, you'll get used to it, right? Like, if you live there, you would be used to it. And I hear fucking Florida men, which there's a reason why that's a meme. I hear them say, fuck dry heat. I can never. Dry heat's too hot. You're crazy. You're a psychopath. Oh, this part is crazy. So yeah, I can't do it, dude. Mad respect to you for dealing with it. Or are you saying you couldn't if you lived there? I would rather. I don't care. Even 100 degrees with humidity is fucked. You wouldn't see fucking Californians or Arizonans or any of that. The only thing that would be shitty is the humidity, but that's if they never been to Florida either. Florida's terrible. Florida is like 100% humidity and 100 degrees. So even us in the dry heat, if a Florida person went to the UK, you'd see them wearing fucking a jacket during your summer. 1,000%. If a Florida man went to your to the UK, dude, I guarantee you would see him in a sweater. Because if your high heat is like 68 degrees or 70 degrees, that's sweater weather for us here in California. There's literally nothing you could do outside in Florida without feeling ill. Right. Yeah, I remember talking to I went to Fort Lauderdale and it was mid-July. It was like 102 degrees. And I remember somebody talking like, all right, yeah, I need to get home, and like it was to do something. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna run the air, and I was like, how the fuck could you not run the air in this? And then I realized because it's they're used to this shit. It was like a TSA person. But running the air, you would think even in 100 degrees, even with humidity, you would run that. You guys only have to run the air for like if you dropped it out, I don't know. Does purifiers even work with it? Air purifiers? Or humidifiers? I don't really know what the fuck they're called. We barely get any, like, I'll show you our humidity percentage. Right now it's 64%. But when it's like hot midday, it's like none. Unless it just rained. If it rained somewhere, it might be. 0% humidity. Or no, that's rain, huh? That's just showing now. This is the highest I've seen it in Marietta this summer. And I think it's just because it's nighttime. And because it might have rained. Or at least drizzled. I'm pretty sure it did. Yesterday. That's the only reason. In Ridgecrest, it should. Ridgecrest, that would be. Yeah. Yep. I'm a Florida man and I wear. Okay. Now imagine a British person saying that, like, oh, we have worse weather here. It's different because we live in brick houses and it's brick oven. But you go there, it's 60 degrees, right? Or 62 degrees. Or no, 68 degrees is their hottest recorded, right? With even 100% humidity. You calling that guy a pussy? I think the issue is a lot of like people in the UK and a lot of people from different countries, they look at America as one subgroup of people. Like they don't realize two cities over is like people that speak or two states over is people that speak a whole different way, and two cities over it goes from like just where I live to San Diego is probably like a 10-15 degree difference. And that's a 20-30 minute drive. Like it is every 2 steps, every 10 miles is a different climate that you have to deal with. And I think people don't realize like truly how big and how vast that shit is. Well, yeah, but 50 miles is fucking like 90 like fucking how big is your country? 50 miles for us is what we travel to go to work. But 50 miles is different. People in LA talk different than the people in where I'm from in the valley. People in San Diego talk different. 50 miles south or almost 50 miles south is a fucking different country that definitely talk different. Yeah, but you're a truck driver. I'm saying like the weather, everything. Like everything changes in 50 miles. But Europeans think that it's like the UK. Do you drive 50 miles to work? Or drive 50 miles for work? Also, is it 50 miles or 50 kilometers? Isn't kilometer... actually, 50 kilometers is more than 50 miles, I think. Right? Isn't 1 kilometer longer than 1 mile? Am I tripping? Oh, no. Every 1 mile is 2 kilometers. So 50 kilometers would be 30 miles. Oh, my God. It used to take me 2.5 hours to drive to my college a day. And then I had to drive that back and go to work another 45 minutes away from my house. Okay, not 50 kilometers. That's what I was asking. Well, I thought because they said kilometer is more than a mile, I thought you were saying, yeah, so technically longer. So I was thinking that you were going 50. Okay. You two need to stop with the fucking yelling at each other. All right? No yelling, Violet. Only I could do all caps at you people. Yeah, I drive 50 miles and drive 400 miles a day at work. Okay, so that's like a normal, well, truck driving thing. How the fuck? So, wait a minute. How many miles is the UK from tip to top? How many times do you drive your entire country's length in a week? So in one day, you literally drive from the top of your country to the bottom. Pretty much. You're only 200 miles off, which if you drive 50 miles to work and 50 miles home, you're driving your entire country's worth in one shift. Brother, are you sure you drive 400 miles a day? Do you mean a week? I think the math isn't mathing. Oh, never mind. Well, that's going 75 miles per hour. You're not doing that. You're probably going through residential and shit. Dealing with stoplights, shit like that. Well, no. If he's driving locally 500 miles, isn't British like 90% 35 mile per hour zones? Like there's not really highways or anything? And you have to deal with like roundabouts? That's crazy. Because 75 miles an hour makes sense. You work, what, 9 hours? So driving 55 miles per hour, but that's straight. That's like not stopping 55 miles an hour. And you probably have to stop a fuck ton. I don't think it's 500 miles. 12 hours and then an hour to get home, right? So 13 hours. I don't think it's 500 miles, dude. I think you might. I think maybe you're trying to convert the kilometers. An hour to drive there and an hour to drive home, so 14 hours. Okay. In 14 hours. Oh, I guess that kind of makes it, but that's without stopping. What's your speed limit usually? Like, what would you say your average speed limit is? Because I'm sure you have stop signs, stop lights. You're driving in residential area. The trucks are 55, okay, but like, this is non-stop. That means not stopping once. Let me see if kilometers. Oh, I guess it's 22. Yeah, I think you're going 500 kilometers, which I mean at this point is kind of the same. I mean 500 kilometers is pretty much like what that's like 3 or 4 days of me driving to college and work. So that would make sense if it was 500 kilometers. Because 20 miles per hour, there's probably parts where you go 55 for like a solid hour because it's all in the same local area, but I'm sure you're going like back and forth. I think it's 500 kilometers, which would be really close to 500. Sent you a funny video. No, we're watching one already. How long is the video you sent me? If it's longer than 10 minutes, I'll watch it when I'm not on stream because I need to get to bed. I need to get up early. Okay, you get the idea. But Yarp, I just want to show you one part. This is the debate that Wicked does with me. Not this one. Wicked was smart enough not to be this person. Mm-hmm. That's fucking crazy. That is crazy. $200,000 people. Look how angry he's getting. You are like that, Wicked. Good thing you bought an AC, though. I'm glad to have you as a friend. Oh, he gets into that point. Okay, so 100 or 200,000 old people is worth dying instead of buying a window AC for $100. I'll tell you what, if someone's like, hey, I'm going to kill your grandma if you don't give me $100, I'm not going to say, yeah, but I only see her once a month or once a year. That's crazy. Or 160. And if you are only using it that little, that will last you your life and the life after, because those things run on hours used. So $200 would work for probably about 10 years. No, they have like window units that would fit in your shit. Or you just knock out that window and replace it with a window that would fit, which he doesn't go into, but a different British person that reacted to this video did go over. He replaced all his windows with windows that open up so that he could do it. Well, you already have AC. Imagine if you didn't have AC and someone's like, hey, $200 to, like, as he put it, to medicate. No one's going to convince me that if we get them, we have to get split units, which are a few grand. No, you don't. You could buy that one and just fucking replace the window. You could buy windows on fucking Amazon. Right, that's what I'm saying. Well, they don't have Home Depot. There we go. I agree. You guys are crazy. Yeah, but Violet, you don't. Also, don't you live in like a cooler state in Wisconsin? Aren't you the Wisconsin? Yogurt. Yeah, there's places here that do foil. Yep. Boom. How big? How long is this video? If it's more than 10 minutes, no. Okay. Wicked. The best part of a chase. The best part of a chase is the fucking chase. Do you not under... We want to watch the chase. Skip it to the worst part when it gets caught. Yeah, I know. Whenever something happens around Wicked, he gets excited. I can't do that because people can't fucking stand. I could say it with a million things. But if I wasn't British, I would be happy to see places that I lived at too. Because the pretty much the only place Americans think of is London. I don't even think most Americans know that London is part of the UK. Well, probably. I'm not talking shit, Wicked. I'm just saying I would be in the same situation. I know a lot of Americans don't know what countries are part of the United Kingdom. I know. What up, G-Man Nice? Why would he just ram him? Was he afraid of bumping him? Wait, was another car? Wait a minute. Was other cars coming? Oh, okay, never mind. That makes sense. We're about to end it. Wicked just wanted to show us like a road that he travels on because we were talking shit on Britain. So he's just showing us this. If you post it, we'll watch it. We'll watch it tomorrow. I've been needing to go to bed. Oh man, I just missed them. Missed them what? Wait, what? Yeah, I know the one lane now. Yeah, next time you're in here, D-Man will watch them. Alright, we need to find somebody to raid. Dude, I should have been in bed fucking 50 minutes ago. Okay. Just post it tomorrow. Alright, boys, girls. Yeah. Next time you see me streaming, I'm not in the server or like server restart or something, or we're just doing videos and stuff. Feel free. But remind me tomorrow. Alright, boys, girls, whatever it is, wherever you are, I hope it's amazing. I will be live tomorrow. A lot of busy shit has to happen. I'll be home around 2 p.m. my time. Maybe a little bit earlier. But I'll be going live right when I do it because I have to go to bed early the next day as well. But yeah. Yeah, we got on a tangent. Yeah, we did. All right, good night, guys. Love y'all. Thank y'all. Thank you for the raids, the gifties, the subs, everything. I appreciate it. Show this dude some love. We've ran into